A sunny Ramonda Stadium is the venue this afternoon for what, despite being only round 4, is a must-win for both the Cronulla Sharks and the Gold Coast Titans. They are both winless, none from 3. The Sharks, well, they're the home side, but these stats, they are alarming. It's been almost 12 months since they've had a home win, but despite that, the fans continue to come in for the visiting Titans. On the road, they read poorly as well. 5 away games they have not won. The sideline this afternoon, Andy Raymond. I'm Joel Koenen. Joining me, my co-pilot this afternoon, Brett Kamali.
As we see here, the Gold Coast Titans side, back 3, Hoffman, Don, David Mead on the right wing. 2 centres, James Roberts and William Zillman, celebrating a milestone 150th game. Halves, new halves, Aiden Caesar and Kane Elgey making his NRL debut. Front row, Beau Falloon, Luke Douglas, Nate Miles is the captain. Back row is still the same. James Bird, former Cronulla Shark player, and Dave Taylor. The Titans have made 2 changes on the bench. Parsi comes in jersey number 18. Matt Strama comes in jersey number 20, and they'll join Simpkins and Eddie Pettybourne. The coach is Neil Henry.
All smiles as well, Noddy. He's obviously in a good mood. Last time he was here, Neil Henry, his side at the time, it was the Cowboys in 2013. They had won 5 in a row. He'd been sacked as the coach. He'd been given his marching orders to the end of the year, but here are the Sharks. Just as important for them. And here's their team, the fullback Michael Gordon. The wingers have been good, Josiah Fecchi and Valentine Holmes. The centres, Beale and Latelli. A new halves pairing this afternoon. Wade Graham has that honour, that pressure of the number 6. Jeff Robson, so steady, he's the halfback. The front row pairing is Andrew Fafita and Chris Hyington in game 250. Michael Ennis, the dummy half. And the bench, Luke Lewis, Paul Gallen, Matt Pryor, that's the back row rather. Pryor, who was named on the bench, will start in the back row, as was Lewis. Pushing back to the benches, Jason Bakuya, Anthony Tupu, Jack Bird also on debut, and David Fafita. So the tension high at Ramonda Stadium. You're tipping the Gold Coast, aren't you, Noddy?
I'm tipping the Gold Coast in a very close match. I think it's a big game. It's a grand final for both these sides. Whoever loses today has got to win the 12 of the next 20 games to reach that magical goal. 28 points as we talk about for semi-final football. Pressure mounting early. Both sides would be nervous. We'll be seeing if there's nervousness in their football or whether they just come out and have all guns blazing.
If you look at the recent form between the pair, and they have not played since round 1 of last year. It was a win to the Titans that afternoon, 18 points to 12, and ironically Wade Graham played in the halves for the Sharkies that afternoon as well. But in recent times, it's 5 from 7 to the way of the Sharks. It is misleading though, because the last 4 games have been here at Ramondus. But here come the Gold Coast Titans. Falloon, there you saw young Elgey. Just the pressure for this young halfback. I know you're saying there's not too much pressure because he's got nothing to lose. He can only correct the ship, Noddy.
He can only correct the ship. It's a young player that's been through the system. He should be very excited. You see there, Dave Taylor. That'll be the man. That'll be Kane Elgey's little buddy. You'd back rower inside him. Look after the little halfback. No player bigger than Dave Taylor in the competition. William Zillman celebrating a milestone himself. 150 games. Been great for the Gold Coast Titans. Great run of the football, strike player on the edge.
He's in a bit of a drought, Noddy, for tries. He is looking for try number 50. So here's some heavy timber in Bird and Miles, just tough characters. And here he is. It's his day today, isn't it, Chris Hyington? We saw pictures earlier of Tim Sheens, the Australian coach, present Chris Hyington with his jersey, but he's one of those fellas, Noddy, and I'm sure you've heard the same about him. He's just a lovely fellow. He's most professional. He's everything that a rugby league player should be representing in our game.
I think it's outstanding too. You get to celebrate these moments with your family. That's his young son he is running out with. I did it with my daughters at the end of my career for 250 and 300. It's a moment you remember. This is why you play the game, Joel. It's fun. It's exciting. You're just lucky enough to be able to do it for a profession.
So there he is, Chris Hyington. He's done it all before. His highlight, a grand final, of course, 2005 with the West Tigers. But whilst he enters the field with so much experience, A teammate of his walks to the bench right now, Jack Bird, on debut. They need the best out of this fellow, don't they? Andrew Fifita, his hit-ups, they haven't been what they were in the previous years.
No, that's right. Him and Paul Gallen love the hit-ups. They love making plenty of metres. I think the rest of the players, Joel, the Sharks players, have to push up even more, have to support them more, have to get more from both those players with some offloads in the second phase as well.
Luke Douglas, he started his career way back when, and here comes Hoffman for the Titans. He has the fullback, the kick-off duties, and away we go. Must win, Cronulla Sharks and the Gold Coast Titans, and Pryor has the first carry of the afternoon, and the leg foot pumping, a strong carry to start things for Cronulla. Michael Ennis, he just feigned ever so slightly to his left, and Luke Lewis, he played about half an hour of the match last week against the Melbourne Storm, which Shane Flanagan said was probably more than he hoped. It was a little bit underdone as Hyington gets to his feet now. Back to the open. Pryor, his second carry in the set, so determined early. Look for the offload, will come. And the Sharks 5 metres short of the halfway line. Ennis. There goes Andrew Fifita. Dashes away from Falloon. Finished off by Miles and Douglas.
Back of the neck. Luke, play down the back of the neck.
That's a costly one late in the set, first set, Noddy.
Yeah, tackle 5, crusher tackle was called. I know it's accidental. It's a hard thing to avoid when you're wrestling and making a tackle, but it gives the Sharks wonderful field position. Paul Gallen moving out to the left edge. There's an interchange prior to start. Paul Gallen is playing left edge, back to some old days.
I think there'll be a small smile for Shane Flanagan because they've had more penalties than anyone, the Sharks. And their 6 tries this year, 4 of those have come after a penalty. So let's see how this plays out. They go back to Luke Lewis. High it was, I thought, from James, but...
Tackle 2, Luke Lewis.
I thought it was high, Noddy.
Well, we'll get a chance to view it. The video ref will have a look while we're staying down, or the referees. It's got him on the chin.
Straight on the mush.
Yep. Ryan, on report, high. On report, high.
See, Ryan James, who's on report, they will go to him today because there are players who are good defenders, Noddy, but may struggle in defence. And we have seen in recent weeks the Gold Coast with James, he on the left-hand side, they have had their fair share of trouble, so the Sharks have found him early, and as a result, they'll have a, well, what looks to be a gift for Michael Gordon. It'll be his 99th goal for the Sharks.
Yeah, obviously Ryan James is quite a big player, so he's probably more settled to be a middle defender or not an edge defender. Edge is really hard to defend. You have to be athletic. You have to be able to know whether you're going to tackle the straight runner, Joel, the decoy out the back, who's playing football. I'm unsure. This is 2 sides, Joel, that have come here desperately needing the win and a little bit out of form. Back-to-back penalties start the game. 2 points.
Yeah. So you'd be pushing for the try, is that what you're saying?
Well, it doesn't sell confidence in my football side. It does not sell that I'm coming here thinking I can score points with lots of confidence.
So Michael Gordon, he moves in, no problem. So they have that lead, and I suppose when you think about it, watching the tape from last week, Neil Henry, he knows the effort is there, but at times their defence last week, it was just a hot knife through butter.
Well, they've been defensively poor, both sides, in periods of games. You've got to be able to sustain the full game for 80 minutes. What Cronulla look like doing is they're going to play 5 forwards or 6 forwards, in theory, with Paul Gallen being your edge. It's an extra front rower, power game, push-through game, and they might just play high percentage trying to get a victory that way.
So they start again, and this time they kick it to the other side, and it's Pryor who, once again, quick play the ball, which is of great benefit to Gallen. Gallen runs to Douglas. It's an amazing record, isn't it, for a front rower in Luke Douglas, a defensive player there, that he's still yet to miss a game through injury.
It's been an amazing journey for him. Started here as
9 years ago.
A young player. Him and made his debut here as 2 players out there for the Titans have made their debuts here. Greg Bird was a former Cronulla Shark as well, and both have settled on the Gold Coast and been wonderful for him.
So the Sharks. Titans yes to taste the ball, and they send it up from Robson. Hoffman's at fullback. There was a player knocked down in background, but that man was Gordon, the referee, so that's okay. So finally, the Gold Coast Titans, after 4 minutes, have possession. Oh, left-hand side they go. This fellow, had a great belated start to the NRL. He wasn't a kid when he had his debut, and he's knocked up 17 tries from 30 appearances. Speaking of tries, David Mead, just 2 away from Gordon. He's parked on 55 tries as Gordon. He's Mead, rather, just 2 away from Gordon. That's the club record. Open side. They go to the line now. Caesar. So Caesar just drifted to the right-hand side. Now, we make point of that because LG, who's the debutant, the halfback for the Knights, and Aidan Caesar, they both prefer the left. So the questions were, would he play on the left, Caesar, or will they give the young fellow the first crack? And it looks as though it's been the latter as we see Holmes charge into the defence of the Gold Coast Titans. Yeah,
that's right. Both are left-foot kickers. It's hard to kick down the right short side if you're left-footed. Caesar rolled to the open there and just pushed in front of the young half. Take some pressure off him, allow him ease into the game.
Luke Lewis, heavy involvement from him early. Good defence from Zillman and LG. So they're trying to suss out the defence of LG, the debutant early, as Hyneton made a beeline for him. 5 into the half of the Titans now. Ennis looks up for feeder. Crashes beyond the 40-metre line of the Titans on the last tackle. Ennis dummies to the open. Short side, punches it through. And Don, a clever pick up from his feet. And a good chase from Fryer and Robson. 12 metres out from their own goal on the Titans. They were tipping him off, weren't they, James Roberts? You just can't afford to give him any kind of room. He can move, we know that. Taylor. So Taylor, last year, we would see him make those barnstorming runs on the left-hand side, but in his absence, Ryan James took up that job, and it looks as though they've left James on the left, Taylor on the right. Miles. Met by Andrew Fafita. Brother David on the bench, and you'll tell them apart. Andrew will have the fluorescent green boots, the orange of David. Speaking about the orange boots, as Gordon catches it on the full. Good chase from Zillman.
Yeah, good chase, good tackle, but Michael Ennis, as soon as LG kicked the football, he was there to make the tackle on him. Young kid on debut, make him feel like he's going to have a tough afternoon, rough him up. Totally legal, but just let him know you're coming.
So Feckie to his feet. Hyneton again to the line. Out the back to Robson. Well read, though, from Zillman. Such a tough job, the defensive role these days of the centres and the wingers, as Hyneton doubles it up. Last tackle, quick play the ball. Short side, it goes to Robson. Punches one through, and again, this time Hoffman, though, lets it go into touch. So the Sharks, Andy Raymond, in control early at this game.
They certainly are, and Joel, I can report from the sideline, the unofficial World Sledging Championships have commenced. Nate Miles and Michael Ennis are absolutely into it. They're back up on either side as Paul Gallen and Greg Bird. There's plenty of talk on the field down here.
Well, there you have it. If we come away from this game with anything, and it will be a champion in the land of sledging, Brett Kimmorley. You a sledger in your time?
No, I wasn't a sledger, Joel. Very quiet little bloke that went through his job. You're always afraid if you sledge and they score the last try, they win that argument.
Yeah, that's true. Never a good idea to sledge when you're about 30 kilos below your opponents either. As we see Falloon for the Titans. Gets it away to Mead, and Mead, the offload, back to Bird. A couple of Birds you'll see as Greg Bird goes through, almost. Desperate defence from Latelli, finished off by Fafita. And now it's the Sharkies who give the penalty.
There's a nice run there from Greg Bird. Caught the ball from an offload, standing still, and he's got great footwork for a big man. Pushes his line break, and then Fafita forces penalty.
Now, one of their pet plays, which has had great success, has been hitting the ball short to James, and that's where they've had some headaches last week. Was the right edge of the Sharks. Can they defuse it? Because you get the sense it's coming. Miles, 18 metres out from the Sharkies' goal line, the southern end of Ramondis. Falloon, LG slides across, back inside to Bird, who gave him this position by way of the break and the penalty. The pressure's on him now. Falloon back short side to Caesar. Angles back inside Roberts. Roberts double pumps. Skips across about 2-3 Sharkies players, but they haul him down 8 metres out. Falloon, they're stacked on the left. LG back inside. It goes back to Douglas. Falloon, here's a chance, but Miles lost the ball. Back play on, no. So they couldn't capitalise.
Now, Titans players are screaming at the referee that it was touched by Cronulla.
We're here, we got a scrum. Nate,
Sideline Andy.
And some huge news coming out of the Cronulla camp. Wade Graham has been taken from the field straight back to the dressing room. Suffered a head knock, knew he was dazed, so too did the doctor. They're going to undergo his examination shortly in the dressing room. Onto the field on debut in jersey number 16 comes young Jack Bird.
Well, you know what, Andy? I think sometimes the best gifts come badly wrapped. This position of 6 for the Sharks, they started the year with the idea of Manu Brown. He was injured. Enter Barber, suspended. Wade Graham leaves the field. This could be the man. They say he's got the best hands in the club. Jack Bird, so skillful. Are we about to see it this afternoon at Reminders? We'll find out. Andrew Fifita gallops towards the 40. Just the 12 hit-ups last week for Fifita. I suppose he played with injury, though, to be fair to him, as we see Lewis, he's getting involved heavily in this first part of the game. Ennis, Pryor, gone away from Bird, who steamed towards him, who has another crack. Offload, nice. Lands a go, pass a go to Bird, what a start. But as we say that,
lock on Sharks.
The curse of commentary goes against the youngster, but the fleeting sight we saw of Bird, it looked impressive.
Yeah, there's an offload come for Cronulla, and they're able to shift the ball. Michael Innes finds no one with the pass that goes in front of Lewis, but the pace here on Bird just picks it up. Great fan, great ability. That it's probably overplaying your hand, Joel, but probably excitement has allowed you to overplay your hand. Forced pass, but just that little taste there. It looked like there was, something.
For the people at home and the young junior coaches, it is something when you make those breaks, the heart rate's a million miles an hour, the fans are up, and you feel like you've got to make magic. It's just such a skill, isn't it, for these players to rein it in, big measure.
So the bad part about the learning curve, Joel, is you come out of the NYC competition, reserve grade competition, where they're accepted, they're allowed to be thrown, where you come to the NRL and the coaches just say, we don't need to score. We just need to build pressure. Your whole focus needs to change. You don't need to be that one that forces the pass.
Caesar, LG, short Graham. James is the man who carts it towards the halfway line. The tackle was Beale. Falloon again, little inside pass to Douglas. Falloon was the Paul Broughton medal winner last year, the Gold Coast Player of the Year.
Maybe not Luke with the hands in around it, mate. Causes a breakdown.
So there's the explanation from Gerard Sutton. Now he's assistant this afternoon, Matt Noyan, and that's a pretty fair kick for touch from the Gold Coast.
One foot. Oh,
Tap taker, it goes to Miles. Miles dummies to his fellow bookend in Douglas. They are deep on the right-hand side. Falloon is looking that way, indicating he will go there, but it was a sell short side. They go away to James. That's the play they've got to be alert for. The Sharks on this occasion, they survive. LG, he dummies. He takes them on. LG almost cut through, but Pryor desperately hung on. Sloppy play the ball. Falloon. Caesar back inside to Bird. Corralled by the defence of the Sharks, but he's still going, Greg Bird. Somehow got within about 30 centimetres, still wants to offload it. I thought I heard held it was. It's a common sense call, isn't it, Noddy?
That's a great
simultaneously. So they reset. Falloon, Caesar. Aiden Caesar, the cutout ball, but the pressure from Sasaya Feki. That's good defence from young Feki. He took the time away from Roberts, causing the error. And that's winning the ball by way of your defence. And young Sasaya Feki.
That's horrible attack from the Titans. They kicked the ball too long, I think, from the tap. It's really hard to attack right on the try line. The defence isn't that far away from you, which allows that line speed, Joel, that defensive pressure to come. It was a long ball, a cutout pass. They just had to stay a little bit deeper because I think Feki made the decision to come, and there was an ability to draw and pass. We saw it in other games over the weekend. That's half a chance there, Titans. Poor execution.
You are going to see that, though. So just Rapini was mentioning that LG and Caesar they have both come through the ranks playing their whole career on the left-hand side. So Caesar, the experienced player, is being asked to go on the right-hand side, and we're seeing already the execution not spot on, as you may come to expect. Open side, Gordon. Ennis to Hyington. Ennis, Gallen. He's got the 13 on his back, but as we saw last week against the Melbourne Storm, he very much plays at times like a front row. Now here is a test for Hoffman, who let it go for Mead. The late call came, and to his credit, Hoffman, he got out of the way immediately for Mead, who did quite well to take the ball down.
Oh, it was a great catch there from the winger. Did Hoffman call yours? Was there a late get out of the way? It was a wonderful kick. Paul Gallen is playing on the left edge, so he won't see the usual 240 metres that you normally get from him.
Oh, I thought Zillman was almost through, but Hoffman held the ball. Falloon quick play the ball. James, who got cut out, it went to Caesar. But swarming was Gallen, looking for the offload, won't come. Smack bang in the middle of Ramondis. Sharkies 2, Gold Coast nil, 15 gone. They go to the right hand side. LG, nice sleight of hands, but Taylor, it wouldn't stick. And Latelli captures possession for the Sharkies.
No, poor play. Very poor play from the Titans there. Let's give the Sharks a bit of defensive pressure reward, but ball's got to be in front. Execution. They are 16th in the competition, the Titans, with completion rate.
Now, the left-hand side of the Gold Coast, Noddy, it was average last week. You can see they're setting up for this, the Sharkies. They've worked to the left. They're going to have a shot of him here at the right-hand side. They'll look for James. Play the ball from Ennis. That's the way they go. He goes out of acting half deep. It goes to Robson. Double pumps, but in the end, the ball overrun, and he's forced to take the tackle. 16 metres out, the Sharks, looking for our first try of the afternoon. Hyington. Would it be good to see him score the first try? Game 250. Ennis. Robson. Good. Little kick, but that's cleverly picked up, though, from Hoffman. And the Titans have it 8 metres out from their own goal line. So Wade Graham, who's left the field. We talk about how tough Paul Gallen is, but this is what's happened to Wade Graham. There was a head clash between Wade Graham and Paul Gallen, which was taken for the time being, as Andy Raymond quite accurately reported, out of the game. Here it is here in the replay. Oh, bang. Teammate on teammate. Jack Bird enters the game.
Cronulla Sharks only have one sole kicker of the football, especially on the try line. Ennis will do some dummy half kicking, but Robson has to do the main kicking, which allowed Hoffman to get great positioning there and get out of the in goal.
So LG has plenty of time, and he just spirals it quite ugly, the ball, and it goes to Holmes. Holmes jets towards the 30-metre line, but solid defence coming in from Miles, and Caesar making the tackle. Oh, that's good defence from Taylor and Becky. Quick play the ball nonetheless, though, as he bounced out of it. Gallen trying to free that left arm. Taylor makes a double. Jeff Robson to the line. Jared Beale. Beale short to Lewis. 42 metres out. We're seeing Robson marching orders. Short side goes Beale. Links up with Gordon. Steps off the right. Back infield. Hyington. Out the back to Robson. Offload to Pryor. Bird making the tackle on the last. They're scrambling on the left-hand side. Goes right to Ennis. To the line. Another grubber and kick through. Will it sit up? It does. And Don takes the medicine. So what we're seeing at this end of the field, Brett Kamali, is the grubber kick. They've made it clear they don't want any 20-metre restarts, the Sharks. They're putting the ball along the deck.
Well, they're trying to build pressure. That's what they've been unable to do the last few weeks. The kicking game's been horrible. They've built pressure. Now the Titans have come up with their own mistake. Are they good enough to execute something here? Will they force them for the pay?
And are the Titans good enough to defend it as Andrew Fafita gallops towards the try line? 5 metres out, stretched left on the deep side. They go Hyington to the line. Robson, double pumps, smashed by Bird. Gallen's on the left-hand side. There's hands on hips on the right-hand side. Hyington was the only man ready to cart it forward. They repel the raid of Chris Hyington. They've got something set up here on the left-hand side. Gordon's there, Gallen's there, Robson. Here it comes now, Robson. Short to Pryor, palms away one. Matt Pryor the offload back, but Falloon was good to make the tackle on his opposite number.
Hold! Go, 4.
Gordon, Robson, Jeff Robson, Gerard Beale. The cutout ball wasn't held by Bird, and there goes Don. Anthony Don gets away from one. Robson can't put it with him. It's Anthony Don beyond the halfway line. And Latelli arrives. Caesar wants it in a hurry. He goes to the line, Aiden Caesar. Pins the ears back. He scored a try last week in similar circumstances. Roberts jets back on his left foot. Gets within 10. Now things can change. Moments ago they were 10 metres out themselves, the Sharks. Now they're on their own goal line. Stepping again is Caesar. Out the back, Mead. Dummied the kick, still going, Mead. Settler from LG. He is a try scorer, this kid. He's still going for the line, Kate LG, but he can't get the ball beyond the stripe.
Go! 3.
Falloon. Luke Douglas. Now Hoffman. Stepping. Looking fleeting. But this defence has been good. It has been good in the opening quarter of the game. Miles. Caesar. Short Taylor. Wrap around it goes to Caesar. Mead. Looking for try. 56. No, can't come. And Pryor, who loses it back. 6 to go. They'll score surely. Taylor. Taylor scores a try for the Gold Coast Titans.
They've tackled 1 try. Just review how it comes out.
Yep. All right. Kevy, we have tackle 1.
It's over here, mate.
We have try. Please check how it came out over there, please.
So making sure it goes back and not forward.
What they're checking here, Brett Kamali, is when Pryor had possession, how did the ball get dislodged there?
Well, you can hear the ref absolutely gasp. It's been very frantic. It's end-to-end. It come up from a horrible play from Beale at the other end. Mead forces the pass.
He's looking at it.
Pryor picks it up. Roberts just rakes it out one-on-one. It's fine. It's play on. You hear the ref say play on. Here in the audio. Titans stay more active than the Sharks do. Titans score a try. Dave Taylor puts it down. I see nothing wrong with this. That's fair. Joel, that's play on.
It's a try. It'll be a try. The video referee Shane Hayne and Henry Perinara. Now, the problem here for the Sharks, they thought Pryor had the ball. So they took that opportunity to have a spell. They thought, we've got the ball here. For those who need a spell, we can take it now. The outside backs will go for dummy half runs, and then bang, out pops the ball, and all of a sudden, the coal train. Dave Taylor.
Let's give James Roberts a massive pat on the back.
That's a try. And you're quite right, James Roberts, without him, there is no try.
No, it's just very smart thinking, very quick thinking to attack the ball. As I said, the line break come from Jared Beale, who's moved into the 5'8" position. Through a bad pass to Bird at his feet. The ball goes to the ground. They make a line break. We see Wade Graham on the sideline warming up. But they've had a chance to attack on that end. They threw a bad pass through Beale. Titans get down. Smart thinking from Roberts, and they come up with the first try.
Well, the Gold Coast Titans, last year, you'll note they scored the 21st minute. Now, last year, they were the worst team in the comp for having scored in the first 20 minutes of the game. They haven't scored a try all year in the first 20 minutes of this season. Taylor crashes over 21 minutes into the game, but an important try. And it comes after the Sharks were just absolutely pressing and pressing at the other end of the field, and you see it often. Aiden Caesar, one of the sharpest shooters in the game. It's a gift for him. And the Gold Coast 6, Cronulla 2, Andy Raymond.
A couple of weeks out of the system, it meant training wasn't regular for some of the Titans. It's only Dave Taylor's second game for the year. The big fella just minutes ago, not only looking for a drink and a breather, he was also looking for a pillow to have a proper rest. He pushed through the fatigue. That try, good reward for the big fella.
Yeah, and he's trying. He's down near you too, and he's trying to find his way in the shade, is Big Dave. And so what do the Sharks do? They kick it straight down his end, but David Mead's aware of the situation, and of course Miles at this stage of the game a bit more sprightly, and he gets his side, the captain, 15 metres out from their own goal line. Luke Douglas. Made 17 tackles already, Luke Douglas. Bird to James. Saloon just sweeps to the short side. LG was there, and he links up with Hoffman. So with Hoffman out there, I gather, Noddy, that Zillman's gone back to fullback, which we have seen, haven't we? They switch between centre and fullback.
They're both traditionally a fullback by trade, so it's common sense from a coach who will switch them at different times. But it's important they stay in those positions, not defending one and attacking the other. That's too complicated, Joel. Yeah, you have 10 minutes at this moment, and we'll swap you later.
Not a bad idea. It's quite taxing the fullback role. So the Sharks 30 metres out. They open the scoring with a penalty goal in the 3rd minute. Oh, that's a strong run, isn't it, from Feckie? Latelli, rather. 10 metres short of the halfway line. Parsi makes the tackle. Good young player, the young New Zealander, Ignatius Parsi. Tell you what, he's a fellow you do not want to run to his right shoulder. He's very agile and can whack him as Lewis, speaking about agility. Got away from Douglas. Ennis to Graham, who's back on the park. Chips it through deep. And Zillman's on hand to fetch the ball for the Titans. Palms away from one, and the referee hits the deck, being Matt Noyen, the assistant. Mead, good metres from him. LG. He filled the void at acting half, got it away to Hoffman. Jason, here we are, Mick. So this set very much line and length for the Titans. They're keeping it all up the middle, all one pass activity. And saying that, Parsi went for the offload and the error came.
Yeah, first one, Gold Coast. I'll come through, Matty, right the scrum.
So Will Zillman, game 150. There he is, Big Dave. Go and get him a pillow, Andy.
I'll do exactly what he says. Have you seen the size of him?
Yeah, good point. Benny Barber out with a suspension.
Let's go, Gold Coast, sort it out, please.
New Brown sitting next to him.
Yeah.
Would they love to have had him this season?
Just changes the whole dynamics of the side. And the big question, of course, when he comes back, Ben Barber. Of course, a lot will depend on how the next 2 weeks unfold, but where do you play him? Beale, in and away, and he did get away from Hoffman. Finished off from James. Pakuya, named to start. He's on the field now, though, off the bench. Ennis, back to Gallen. Plenty of experience there, Ennis and Gallen. The 33-year-old to the 31-year-old. Now goes to Lewis. Lewis out the back to Latelli. Latelli takes on Roberts. Roberts makes the tackle. Feckie left to right. Lewis. Tupou. And he went for that pass to Fafita. Now, that was working for him late in the game against the Melbourne Storm. It goes to Robson. Robson back inside to Gallen. And the defence handling this okay so far, the Titans' last tackle. So Graham's on the left, Robson the right. He feigns. This little set rehearse play goes back to Graham. Graham is corralled by the Titans. A cutout ball away to Beale. Beale puts a grubbering kick through. Sits in the hands now of Holmes. And Valentine Holmes. A remarkable try to the Cronulla Sharks. And didn't they need that? It was going nowhere. The kick came from Beale. It sat on right on the chest of Holmes, and he plants the ball. And the Sharkies, they do level things here at Remontis.
Oh, we can say the Titans scored one against the play, against the flow. It was lucky at the other end. Horrible here from the Sharks, tackle 5. No idea what's going on. Wade Graham goes searching, throws a long ball. It's man on man, 2 on 2. Just a ricochet to Holmes, and the pace that Holmes has got off the mark is electric. Not many people scored this try. 1-on-1, just catching the ball. Don's there, just blows him away in 2 metres.
Noddy, I often say this, that so many times teams practice for it to be absolutely perfect at training, but you see tries like this, never at training, mind you, but you see them like this in the NRL time and time again. It's just chaos, isn't it? And teams just find it very hard to diffuse chaos.
I think that's what they say. The bounce pass is always a try. There's a ricochet. There's other things. Set plays, Joel, just get you into the contest. A lot of times the tries come off ad-lib football, the after effect of what the set plays get you into the game for.
So Gordon, you're seeing two of the sharpest radars in the game. Gordon career at 83.2%, Caesar at 85.4%. This to take the lead for the Sharks. This would be his 100th goal for the Cronulla Sharks. Can he do it? He moves in and just got too much hook on it, Michael Gordon. Score remains 6 apiece, the Sharks and the Titans. And just seeing here as well, most importantly, grab a pen and write these details down, unicef.org.au/NRL. Getting behind the Vanuatu appeal, 1-800-822-242. So obviously very, very hard times there in Vanuatu. So please get behind them. 6-all the Sharks and the Titans. Gallen.
Move! Let's go, boys.
So we're half an hour or so into this game. Brett Kimmorley, you think the score reads as a pretty fair indication of what we've seen so far?
I do, yes, Joel. I think it's 50-50 share of the football. Not many opportunities created. Not many passes in set plays have been had. It's like both teams are happy to go forward, try and build pressure, try and find their way back into some form.
Well, I don't know how that was play on because Tupu dead set cleared out one of the Titans, accidentally, mind you, but fortunately for them, Graham didn't go through because I'm convinced it would have been brought back as Tupu ambles in towards the centre of Ramondis. Ennis, Graham, who's looking for Gordon here. Well, it's set up, Michael Gordon, he's trailed through, but
wasn't making a tackle.
okay, so Wade Graham, the kick was taken out. That's where the ball lands. So last time here they took the kick. What do you do now, Brett Kimmorley?
Let's see how confident the Sharks are here of scoring. Looks like it's up to the players to make a decision.
What are we doing, Paul?
I'd love to know how that's a penalty.
Taking the two, yeah, you see more.
Yeah. Don't forget as well, foxsports.com.au. That's where you can keep up to date with all your rugby league information, all the latest team news.
End of story. It's a penalty.
And they have decided to take the 2.
It's get any win you can, Joel, when you're out of form. Take the 2, lead. There's not much football being played by both sides. It's going to be a grinding, grafting style of victory. Doesn't matter whether they're pretty or ugly. They still count as getting 2 points.
Yeah, you're right.
We'll go one ref and a half time.
They can be UGLY with no need for an alibi, but on the premiership ladder, they don't paint pictures. A number 2 pops into the premiership ladder, and that's all you need.
We saw Canterbury win last night, and they weren't overly pretty for a lot of the game, but they're still able to grind out a victory. It's important to get wins.
So Gordon makes no mistake, they're out by 2. Points of premium here at Ramondis. We weren't really expecting a high-scoring affair. But so far, the Sharkies getting it done. We've seen 2 tries only. A try in the 21st minute to the barnstorming Dave Taylor. And then the Sharks would respond some 5 minutes later by the way of Valentine Holmes. 8 points to 6. They've gone short this time. Tupu. Carry of Tupu, he's carrying like an apple. 25 metres out for their own goal line. Andrew Fafita. Still going. And this is David Fafita. So Andrew is on the bench. David is on the field. Luke Lewis. Quick play the balls here. This is a nice response from the Sharks, and we see Graham collected by Bird. 32 metres out. Quite flat, the Sharks. Ennis, short pass, back inside to Gordon. He's got support of Ennis, and a set play will work. Michael Ennis, back-to-back points for the Sharks. And Jared Sutton likes it.
Good play, really good execution there through the middle of the field. They got some momentum on the Sharks. They saw some terrific runs from some forwards. One marker, that's the key to this play. Michael Innes is able to trail the inside, holds Simpkins away from the play. They show out Gallen, inside play to Gordon, who's a terrific ball runner. There's the dummy half in support. Good little set play, good execution, but it come on the momentum that was created through all the forwards.
Yeah, that's a brilliant piece of play there. And look, David Fifita, I called him Andrew originally, but he was the man who busted them open. They got the quick play the balls consecutively, and then we looked down at the Cronulla line, they were flat. You could smell something was conjuring, and that's why. Sharks by converted try, about to be 8. Michael Gordon. This is no problem at all for Gordon. Andy Raymond, just like that, the Sharkies skip out by 8.
They love a grind, don't they, the Cronulla Sharks? It's their game of footy. Now on the bench for the Titans, there's skipper Nate Miles, playing for his rugby league future. Has 1 year remaining on his contract at the club, but the option on triggering that final year belongs to the club. They haven't yet committed. A clear sign they're asking him to perform.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, they're rebuilding, Joel. They're rebuilding a football club. Daly Cherry Evans was the start of it. Neil Henry's rebuilding.
I tell you what, the reason I said it was Andrew Fifita, because it was runs I'd become accustomed to, and then he's just done it again, David Fifita. He's stepping up a gear for this team. Gallen, likewise, the captain. Offload Ennis. Cut out ball, they have numbers out there. It goes away now, stepping away is Bakuya. Good tackle from James. Quick play the ball again. They're wreaking havoc in the play the ball department. Here's a kick behind Zillman, who's got to get his skates on, and William Zillman somehow stays in. That's brilliant work from the fullback come centre.
Oh, it's brilliant work from both football sides. Zillman as an individual, but the Sharks upping the intensity after a try, creating some havoc, missing tackles, the Titans. Sharks are sweating on that. We got you. We're feeling like we got you. We play field position. We're coming to get you.
Oh, they've got to complete here, Noddy. Look, that you could throw a towel over them at the moment, the Titans. They're out on their feet. They must complete, and they must find the touchline so they can walk to the scrum, get their breath back. They've just gone up a gear here, the Sharks. Shrama, deep. And under pressure sends it up. So this is just field position personified for Cronulla. Holmes to his feet. Beale. Gerard Beale. The former Dragon. 25 metres out, Ennis. Short side, Bakuya. This is a danger part of the game for the Gold Coast. Look how deep they are on the left-hand side. They go there now. Ennis short, though, to Lewis. Upended. Good defence from Shrama. Ennis to Graham. Graham steps and stammers and flicks it out the back. Gordon. Michael Gordon! He slices them up! Michael Gordon!
Check this, Joe.
Yeah, hang on.
I've tried, but just check this, please.
Kevy, coming up to tackle 5, have a try. You want to ensure that Michael Ennis is not in front of the ball and hanging on to a defender. It stops him getting the tackle.
Well, let's just have a look at this, because that's the only problem. Okay. So it's Ennis with Shrama, and you know, yep, they'll pull that up for sure.
He's touched him. Michael Ennis is in front of the play, and he grabs hold of Shrama. Jersey number 20, Matt Shrama. Just look in the middle of the field to the left of your screen now. Play comes back from Gordon. Shrama's trying to get there. Ennis grabs him, holds him. There's not much there, but it's enough. It's enough to hold Shrama away from having a decent attempt at a tackle, similar to obstruction.
Well, it's only half a second, right, which is enough. It's enough I think they need to overturn this. And I've just written this down in my little book here, Noddy, because if the Sharks are not to go on with this, this is a huge turning point of the game. Right before half-time, you go out to 20-6 at the break.
All right. No worries.
The Gold Coast have never scored
I'll
more.
blow the penalty, then you come to the mark, mate.
Yep.
Here we go. No try. Good call.
It's a good call, but they're barely hanging on the Titans. Barely hanging on. Sharks have got all the momentum. 20-6, Joel. That would have been a massive halftime lead.
Well, it's not just the no try. It's they were out on their feet. They had a good 90 seconds then to have a breather and try and see this out. But the point I was trying to make was that they go to 20 points to 6. The Gold Coast have never scored more than 20 points against the Sharks. So let's keep an eye on that one. 3.5 remain in the first half as Schramer gets it to Parsi. He does have footwork, doesn't use it at the line on this occasion. A metre into the territory of the Sharks. LG to James. 40 metres out, the captain comes on, so they know it's a critical point because he comes on just 3 minutes before the half, which means he'll start the second half, Nate Miles. For the Gold Coast Titans, the captain goes to Caesar. Caesar sends it to the sky. Now Gordon has the challenge. He leaps Michael Gordon and spills possession. Well, dear, oh dear, and all of a sudden the Sharks under the pump.
Yeah, it's a big try here if they are able to score the Titans. There's a bit of a kick and hope there, but Mead keeps pushing through. Just that little bit of pressure on Gordon, and he comes up with the error. You're thinking an individual here from the Gold Coast is the only way a try is coming. Not asking too many questions.
But what about the sliding doors, Noddy? Like, he scores a try moments ago. There's Michael Gordon, and now here's a chance. It goes to James for the Titans. By gee, they're short on the right-hand side. Bealey screaming for him to get out there. They go back to the right, though. The Titans short pass to Bird. Read it well, though. Graham and Tupu. Gallen there as well. Parsi. This time you see a bit of footwork at the line. And Ignatius stopped only 5 short of the teeth of the goalpost. They want to go left, they do. LG, the youngster, to the line. It goes to Zillman under pressure, but defence from Holmes was beautiful. He didn't finish the tackle off, but he did enough to allow Beale to get there. Short side. James again. Dangerously close to the touchline. Don at dummy half, deep LG. They flew through, many wanted the kick, it come off Zillman.
Gold Coast.
And a hand over to the Sharks, 10 metres out.
What a horrible set.
Here's 10 boys.
I wonder if the Gold Coast Titans, someone has told them that the Cronulla Sharks edge defenders is going to be really aggressive, Joel. They're aggressive, they're playing up and in style, Canterbury old days. And the Titans look like they're not expecting it. Putting themselves under pressure. Give time on the edge. Stay maybe a little bit deeper.
Well, Neil Henry, he's been in all his press conferences saying happy with the effort. Happy with the effort, not the execution. The effort can't always pay the bills, can it? You just got to find another way. They say insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. So 30 seconds to the break. Sharks by 8. Gallen back inside to Gordon. They're really looking for that play as the big boppers of the Titans are getting tired. It goes to Ennis. Graham.
Feeder in the middle.
It in. So the Titans will have a tackle or two. Both coaches keen to get their troops into the sheds. Map out a plan for the second half. LG. Hoffman. Steps again is Hoffman. There goes the siren. Does he take the tackle? He wants to keep going. No, he does take the tackle. So half-time it is. Cronulla Sharks 14. The Gold Coast 6. And a big turning point just before half-time. We thought we had a try with Michael Gordon. It wouldn't come. So the Sharkies, he's down there now with the Cronulla captain.
14 points to 6 from our viewpoint. It looks like an improved performance. What about yours?
Yeah, probably just not making silly errors at crucial times that we have in the first few weeks, and keep controlling the ball. We should go on with it.
Cheers, pal.
Well, there you go. So can they go on with it in the second half? That's the big question. Half-time reminders, Cronulla 14, the Gold Coast 6. Stay with us on Wild Turkey Bourbon Saturday. We wrap up the first half between the Sharks and the Titans.